recording a few videos today, so I have to change in between them so it doesn't look like it was all the same day, even though it definitely was all the same day. Should I do like what Kevin Toll does with his Dark Kevin or Evil Kevin or whatever? All right, hey, I just wanted to check in because I finished another book. It is Run Away With Me by Daniel Hurst. So I actually got this on Audible along with NFL Century. It was like a 2-for-1 credit deal, and there was a few select titles, and normally I don't take part in those, but there happened to be 2 that actually interested me this time, so I was like, all right, fine, I have a credit to spare. So I went ahead and did that, and I just did my review of this. That's probably up on the channel now, and this was the other one I got with it. I got this on Thrift Books for, I think it was like $1 or something. It was crazy, and it came in like brand new condition. But anyways, this is a fantastic story. So I think this first little part is going to be spoiler free, and then I'll mention when I'm going to get into the spoilers, and I want to talk about the spoilers of this because it gets really good, and I just want to talk about this book because I really enjoyed it. So this is about a man and his wife, and that is pretty much it. And I love stories like that where it's just 2 people in a relationship and that's the whole, it cuts just between them. That's some of my favorite stuff, and maybe I'm a little biased because I'm writing like a little short story kind of with a similar perspective shift, but regardless, doesn't matter right now. This is about a man named Adam who comes home to his pregnant wife, Laura, and he says, I accidentally hit and killed somebody on my way home. I didn't stop and call the police because I had a few beers, and I don't want to go to jail. I'm scared. What do we do? And they talk about it for a minute and eventually decide they're going to run away together to his sister's cabin. It's kind of like an off-the-grid type of place, no cell service or anything, and they are going to hide out there until things calm down or until they can figure out what to do next. And they get up to the cabin, and Adam says, you're pregnant, I don't want you going anywhere, I want you to stay in the house. She's really bored and the TV's not working, and he says he'll figure out the TV later, but he wants to get into town because he tried fiddling with it, couldn't figure it out, and he's like, I gotta go figure out the news. I'm gonna look at the news and see what's going on. She eventually agrees. She's in a panicked state the whole time, obviously, so she agrees, and he goes into town, comes back and says, no, there's no news yet. I don't think anybody's found the body, and she's kind of in disbelief because it's a small town, and she's like, there's no way that they haven't found this body yet, and there's no way it wouldn't be on the news already. So you cut between the 2 perspectives, like I said, and this part's not a spoiler. Again, I'm gonna keep it in the spoiler free. This is spoiler free to me, I think, because it makes the book so much more intriguing of an idea. It cuts to Adam's perspective, and he had not actually hit and killed anybody. He was lying to his wife. So he gets her to go off grid because he wants to frame her for something. It's kind of unclear at this point. He is angry at her for some reason. He doesn't want to be with her, and he wants her to be locked up or worse, and that's kind of where I'm going to stop with the spoiler-free stuff. The rest of this is going to be spoilers. We find out that the reason he's angry is because he found out that she was cheating on him with another man named Bradley, and that she's actually pregnant with Bradley's son, and that's not his son at all. He doesn't tell her. She doesn't know that he knows. She knows, and she's a fucking terrible person, by the way. There was an incident that Adam had been driving home drunk because he was so upset, and a policewoman pulled him over, and he told her this story of why he's so upset, and she apparently related to the story and wanted to help him get back at his wife. So they devised this plan where the policewoman went and captured Bradley, the man that she had been cheating on him with, and that wife actually had no idea what was going on because he was married as well. And she reported him missing to the police at the same time that he took his wife up to that cabin. And when he was coming back to town, he reported his wife missing. And he was at home. He was trying to act like a grieving husband where he's not sure where his wife is. He's a little nervous. He's scared. Grieving's not the right word there. Grieving would come later. So all of this is going on. We find out that Adam had actually flicked the TV switch off in the back so that they couldn't be getting service. And it was all on purpose. He had taken the SIM card out of her phone and hidden that from her, and eventually put it back damaged. And it was this whole, there was a lot of sketchy things going on between both of them because she had been cheating on him and he felt very upset by it. He felt hurt, and he felt that no matter what he does, it's never going to hurt as much as it hurt him. He eventually reveals what was happening to Laura. They bring Bradley, the policewoman brings Bradley to the cabin as well. They chloroform them and pump carbon monoxide into the room because they keep a fireplace on. And their goal is they're just going to make a scene to make it look like these two were running away together, still having their affair. And they accidentally died to carbon monoxide poisoning. So Adam and the policewoman lay Laura and Bradley down in the bed and make it look like they were just having sex and stuff and fell asleep with the fireplace on and died. Well, Adam drives away. The policewoman drives away, and his sister comes to the cabin because I don't remember why, but his sister does go to the cabin, and she finds Laura and Bradley, and she's like, oh, this skank, fuck this bitch, she's cheating on my brother. She goes to try to wake them up, and they're cold to the touch. Turns out Bradley's dead, and Laura survives. She gives birth during this time, too, to Bradley and her kid, and ends up surviving. And she plays stupid, like she doesn't remember anything. Meanwhile, she remembers everything, and she knows what this policewoman and her husband did, and why they did it and everything, because they revealed the grand plan like the villains they were, right? And she eventually convinces a detective to come over and pretty much listen in, and she tricks him into confessing to his crimes again to her, where he thinks it's private just between them. The police come and arrest him, and she takes care of the baby, and that's it. And I like it. I think it's great. I think it was an excellent story. I think it was well done. I actually listened to this on Audible, and it was a Scottish narrator, which it might say in here that they're in Scotland at some point. I don't think I would have ever read any of this as really Scottish or something. It's either Scottish or Irish. I have no idea, but it's great. It's really good. Highly recommend it. And if you stuck around this long, I appreciate you watching, and thanks.